It's Tuesday, June 10th, 2025. Breaking news. Tonight, while half the country is buying Bitcoin like it's canned food before Y2K, Connecticut just pulled a full 180 and said, "Not in our backyard, Satoshi." In a unanimous vote that probably made Janet Yellen do a little happy dance, the Connecticut General Assembly passed Public Act number 2566, a sweeping new law that bans any and all government investments in crypto. That's right. No state agency, no local council, not even a rogue librarian in New Haven is allowed to touch digital assets. Not even Dogecoin. Especially not Dogecoin. This law doesn't just lock the Treasury vault. It also forces crypto companies operating in the state to slap giant, "You might get rugged" warnings all over their websites. We're talking bold letters, risk disclosures, and legal language that screams, "You're on your own." And in case any teenagers were thinking of YOLOing into Bitcoin mining with their lunch money, the law adds ID checks and extra disclosures for anyone under 18. Connecticut's motto might as well be, "In fiat we trust." Meanwhile, 31 Bitcoin reserve bills are still active across 16 other states. From New Hampshire to Texas, state treasurers are prepping for a monetary apocalypse, or at least a really ugly bond market. But not Connecticut. They're proudly swimming against the Bitcoin tide in full compliance-colored wetsuits. The war between pro-Bitcoin states and the digital asset doomsayers just got a new front line, and Connecticut's planting a big ol' "No coins allowed" sign right in the dirt. I'm Max Volts, and this is Crypto Wars. Not even Chuck E. Cheese tokens are safe in Connecticut anymore. Next up, Peter Schiff is doing backflips in his gold-plated bathrobe today, because gold just punked the euro. According to the latest European Central Bank report, gold is now the second largest reserve asset in the world, leapfrogging the euro and sitting just behind the US dollar. Central banks ended 2024 with 20% of their reserves in gold. The euro, only 16%. And somewhere, Christine Lagarde just dropped her croissant. Gold hit a record high of $3,509.90 per ounce in April, after surging a ridiculous 62% last year. That's not a rally. That's a full-blown sovereignty crisis in slow motion. Central banks are hoarding it like prepper food, especially in countries like China, India, Poland, Turkey, and Azerbaijan. And with impeccable timing, our favorite Bitcoin hater, Peter Schiff, came out swinging, posting "Where's Bitcoin?" like a smug "Where's Waldo" for monetary policy. Now, look, we give Schiff grief, but he's not totally wrong this time. Despite Bitcoin breaking into Wall Street portfolios, ETFs, and presidential debates, it's still mostly missing from central bank balance sheets. El Salvador's doing its part, slowly stacking sats, but even they've had to tiptoe, thanks to IMF hand-holding. Meanwhile, the US Bitcoin reserve bill is gathering more dust than Schiff's Blockfolio app. It hasn't moved an inch in Congress, though at least it proves someone in Washington knows how to spell Bitcoin. So gold's winning the reserve game, for now. But let's be real, stacking shiny rocks is so last century. Bitcoin is inevitable. The only question is whether these central banks will figure it out before their fiat systems look like Venezuela's grocery receipts. And next, Tether just threw a wrench into the industrial mining machine. And this time, it's open source. That's right. The folks behind USDT, the stablecoin that never sleeps, just announced they're releasing their Bitcoin Mining Operating System, or MOS, to the public by Q4 2025. No more black box mining software, no more gatekeeping. Just plug in your Raspberry Pi, duct tape it to a fan, and start validating blocks like it's 2013. Tether CEO Paolo Ardoino says the goal is simple: decentralize Bitcoin mining and level the playing field. And how are they doing that? By making it dirt cheap and stupid simple to run a self-hosted mining operation, from a warehouse to your grandma's garage. The MOS platform supports everything from dusty old air-cooled rigs to slick immersion setups, complete with thermostat integrations and power grid tuning. Basically, if it plugs in and gets hot, MOS can run it. And yes, it even supports custom plugins, because of course it does. It's 2025, and even your coffee machine has firmware now. But wait, it gets spicier. Tether's also wiring this thing into its decentralized AI platform, QVAC. So now your Bitcoin miner isn't just a heat-producing money goblin. It's an intelligent, data-optimized machine that can tweak its own performance while judging you silently for using incandescent bulbs. Vice President of Energy and Mining. Yes, that's a real job title now. Guy Zanganet says this could become the standard for mining operations. Forget Bitmain control panels. Forget sketchy cloud mining dashboards from 2017. Tether's going full Linux mode, and they're not asking for permission. Oh, and in case you think this is just a cute side project, remember, Tether already partnered with Ocean, the mining pool built to decentralize block production. So this isn't just software. It's part of a slow, deliberate war against centralized hash power. Bitcoin doesn't need more billion-dollar mining campuses run by guys with LinkedIn Premium. It needs you, your solar panels, and a dream. And other crypto news. Stripe just made another power move in the crypto arms race startup Privy. And no, not the medieval bathroom kind. This Privy is building the pipes for Bitcoin to flow through your favorite apps, like it's just another Venmo button. This is Stripe's second big crypto acquisition of the year, after it dropped $1.1 billion on Bridge, a stablecoin firm that now powers USDC-based payments across the platform. But this time, Stripe's gunning for wallet dominance, integrating Bitcoin and crypto wallets straight into apps and websites. No MetaMask download required. Privy already powers over 75 million accounts and helps developers skip the Connect Your Wallet nightmare that's been scaring off normies since 2018. With clients like OpenSea, Hyperliquid, and Farcaster, they're doing the hard work of making crypto feel normal. Like logging in, like clicking a button, like not having to watch a YouTube tutorial just to receive an NFT. Privy's co-founder, Henri Stern, said it best. A good crypto product should just feel like a good product. That might sound obvious, but in this space, that's practically a revolution. Stripe's not just betting on Bitcoin. They're rebuilding the UX layer of crypto itself, one where wallets are invisible, payments are instant, and onboarding your grandma doesn't involve sending her seed phrases in a birthday card. Crypto rails are going mainstream, and Stripe's laying the track. And finally tonight, while the US argues over ETF filings and Connecticut's busy banning wallets like it's the Patriot Act all over again, Ukraine just dropped a legislative bombshell. They're moving to add Bitcoin to their national reserves. That's right, Bill number 13,356 just hit the floor in Ukraine's parliament, proposing to officially include Bitcoin and other digital assets in the gold and currency reserves of the National Bank of Ukraine. You heard that correctly. Bitcoin, sitting next to gold in a sovereign vault. If this passes, Ukraine would leapfrog nearly every developed country and become one of the first to legally acknowledge Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset at the central bank level. Not just talk, not just ETFs, but full-scale sovereign adoption. One Ukrainian MP called it a way to align with global financial innovation. Translation: we see what's coming and we don't want to be left with just devalued fiat and IMF debt. The central bank hasn't commented yet, but the global crypto world is already buzzing. Analysts, influencers, and the usual Twitter warlords are calling it a turning point. And let's be real, if Ukraine pulls this off, expect a domino effect, especially in countries tired of playing second fiddle to the dollar and the euro. In a world where wars are fought with drones, digits, and data, Bitcoin might just be the economic weapon that levels the playing field. I'm Max Volts, and this is Crypto Wars. If your central bank's still stacking paper, it might be time to start learning Ukrainian. We're fighting the financial war of our generation. Every like is a bullet. Every share is a cannon. Subscribe if you're ready to blow holes in fiat lies. Good night, folks. Stay sovereign and stay spicy.